Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about schools. Private or public? What is best? I don't know. We presently have our daughter enrolled in public school. It's here local, of course, in town. Teachers' hours vary. She goes to school that varies here. And what I mean by that is some days she goes a full week. Some weeks she don't go but one day. Why? Sometimes they just either teacher has to go to a class, or teacher has to go do this, or there's a project going on, teacher has to be gone, and they don't have substitute teachers. Sometimes they do have someone to help them teach the students. But as you know, in public schools, classes overrun. There's 44 in this particular class. Now, my wife's sister has her daughter enrolled in a private school. Public school costs us 150 pesos a year. That costs for grounds cleanup, or painting the room, or add-ons. Sometimes we have to give an additional 100 peso, which is $2 a month for water. Not every month. Usually about once every 3 to 4 months to help for their water and things like that in school. Now, private school is a different story. It's two guards to get in, one gate, and then another gate. Now, this particular private school that they have is 30 minutes away. The bus will come and pick the student up, like it would pick them up here, and then they would take them to school, bring them home. There's two people on the bus, a husband and wife team, and they pick up the students and take them to school and make sure they all get on the bus before they come all the way back here. Like I said, it's 30 minutes away. So a little bit about the school itself. It costs 5,000 peso to enroll. 5,000 peso for the books, which is 100 each. So just say 200 peso. I mean $200. Then it costs 1,000 a month for the bus, which is $20. And then you pay 900 peso a month, which is additional $20. So $40 a month to enroll your student into, or your child into private school. Now, the advantages of private school over public school is that they don't have the extracurricular activities that they do in public school. Public school, they're always dance every time you turn around, party, somebody's birthday in the classroom. They actually shut the classroom down. They have a party, bring cake in. 44 times, you know, if it's during the school year. There always is a party for something, always dance for something, always something going on in the public school, which is fine. And going on meaning there's no study. I think this last week probably went to school 3 days out of 2 weeks. So public schools are good. I'm not saying this public school is a bad school. It is not. It is a great school, great teachers, and they do an excellent job teaching the students. In fact, they go far beyond the call of duty. I mean, their day starts at 7:30 in the morning, and school does not end until 6 p.m. in a lot of cases. Now, ours is in the 5th grade, so it ends at 5. Next year, it will end at 6, because 6th grade. So they go to school from 7 to 7:30, and it ends at 6 p.m. And they have to be there at 7:30, or a little earlier for the flag raising ceremony, because that's when they do attendance and things like that in classrooms. They have set places for everybody to stand. So private school is probably a great thing because you can only speak English in this particular private school. They actually make sure that their slippers or shoes are clean. If they're not clean, they have to go to the end of the line, and they have to make sure it's clean the next day. They make them go clean them. They check their bags to make sure that their bags are clean, their backpacks. They actually make sure that no one's on the cell phone. Here in this public school, they're on the cell phone all the time. Everybody wants an iPhone. Everybody wants original Samsung. Everybody wants an original iPhone. And if you don't have an original iPhone, man, it's like, wow. But I don't know. I don't know how some afford it, to be honest with you, because they don't have rice and food, but yet a daughter or son's walking around with an iPhone. So, I mean, I don't know. But my thing I just want to make sure she gets studies. Like I said, it's English. They check her bags. If you have a cell phone in school, it is taken away, and you cannot get it back till end of school year, which is on March the 30th. So it's bye-bye forever. No phones are allowed in school. They're allowed to go to class, they go to teach, they have lab coats they wear, they have uniforms they have to wear every day, which is fine. So they have certain criteria that they meet. They make sure they sit up straight, and as you know, I'm always on my, you know, wives, sisters, kids, everything else. You know, sit up straight, don't slump over. You know, where's your spoon and fork? Where, you know, like that, because a lot of times, you know, a lot of people eat with no hands, but they don't have silver spoon in a lot of the dishes. So that drives me insane. So I think everybody should have a serving spoon. Everybody should have their own spoon and fork and knife if they want as they're eating. But in that particular school, of course, you can buy food and you bring your food. It does not matter. But it's not really that bad if you think it's so. $40 a month and $200 at the first of the year. Is it worth it? I think so, because their academic level is, once they reach to a certain level, you get a rate of $9,000 is deducted, so you don't have to pay as you pay. So say for instance it's $10,000 first of the year, well, you don't have to pay it but $1,000. So once they're there for a few years, that rate is reduced. Now, and they do study. They go full day at school. They don't have days off. So if there's a particular holiday here in the Philippines, like one of their holidays, well, they go to school. It's American school. It's they teach, and you can only speak Bisaya, and you can only speak your language when you have that class. You have to speak English the rest of the time, but because international language. And they're actually prepping the kids for the future, you know, doctors and nurses and engineers and things of that nature. So I take it as it's a positive thing. So for me, I'm really thinking about putting her in that particular school. It would be next year. But I kind of want to give you guys an update on what it costs for going to school in a private school. Now this is only for my private school in my area, and this is not outside of my particular area here in Mindanao, so which is Maragmag. So the school, like I said, is 30 minutes away. It's close. They give you, for an example, they have a schedule on the calendar. They say, okay, this day is you can wear civilian clothes. This day uniform. This day is what they call Parents Teachers Conference. You're off school. If they have party at school, they have it only with the children. Here, it's required that all parents, everybody come. In a lot of cases, how do you come when you have a job? How do you be there? So they had an emergency meeting at school this past week, and I'll close up. And emergency meeting, and I go, well, get this note, emergency meeting. Well, we had to go to Malaybalay for an appointment that we had. And it's emergency, we just got it. We got it the night before. Why didn't they let us know last week, right? Why tell us the night before at 6 o'clock you got to be there in the morning at 1 o'clock for a meeting, emergency meeting? Come to find out, it's an emergency meeting on the food. Food for how they're going to have a Christmas party. I did, and I'm thinking, boy, if I would have broke my appointment, I would have been upset about that. So things are different. You have to really be prepared. Now, my wife said the same thing. She says, emergency meeting at 6 o'clock. Why didn't they tell us last week or the week before or whatever that they're having a Christmas party on this particular day, and we need to talk about it, and this is the time. But on the note it says emergency meeting for 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, whatever the date was. All parents are required to attend. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm thinking it's a bad thing, but it was on a Christmas party. Of course, when they have dance, they have the kids go do it. They always practice. Oh, I gotta go practice dance. I got dance coming up next week. Well, at the private school, there's no dance. It's school. You bring your books. You open your books. You learn. There's no dance. If there's an activity, They'll slot them 1 hour to do it during their time frame during that day. The only thing that they're allowed to change their clothes is for PE, and everybody's required to do that. So for sports and things like that, which is very good, you know, because exercise and things like that. And they do have, what I really enjoy was the calendar, and it tells you exactly, this is what's going on, these are the days off for school, this is parent-teacher meeting, you have to be at that particular meeting, which is fine. And I think it's fantastic. So thank everybody for watching. Please hit subscribe.